Elias Grinn never really noticed the moment he stopped looking at the world and started looking through it. He was 24, lived in a studio apartment above a nail salon, and worked remotely for a data analytics company that sold insights no one asked for. His days were mostly silent, unless you counted the low buzz of his phone, which was never more than 6 inches from his body. Wake, tap, scroll, eat, scroll, scroll, sleep, or try to, then scroll. He told himself he was just staying informed, keeping up, being connected. But really, Elias didn't know why he was scrolling anymore. He couldn't even remember what he'd looked at 5 minutes ago, much less yesterday. One night, Elias got a notification he didn't recognize. ScrollFeed. New, update installed. He hadn't downloaded any new apps, but there it was. An unfamiliar icon, shaped like an eye slowly blinking open. It didn't look like any App Store logo. His phone vibrated in a way it never had before. Low, warm, like something breathing. Curious, he tapped it. The screen flickered. Briefly, his reflection stared back from the dark glass. Then the app opened to a feed unlike anything he'd seen. Images that weren't posts or photos, but memories. His memories. There was a loop of his 6th birthday where he cried because the cake was blue instead of red. Another showed him scrolling in his bed, unaware he was being watched from above. Another still was from the future. Elias, sitting in the same chair, staring at the app, forever. He tried to exit. He couldn't. The phone buzzed again. Welcome to ScrollFeed. You have been selected. His hands trembled. He dropped the phone. But it didn't fall. It hung in the air, inches from his face. The light from the screen grew brighter, pulsing, and before he could scream or even run, the screen expanded, not physically, but like a hole torn in perception, and pulled him through. There was no flash, no pain, just static. When Elias opened his eyes, he was inside the feed. He stood in a white corridor made of endless windows, each one playing a different version of a social post. Videos of strangers dancing on loops, opinions shouted into empty voids, manipulated faces laughing at nothing. A million voices layered over each other, crying out to be seen and never seen. He turned to run, but the corridor had no end, no ceiling, only scroll. Others were there too, people he recognized from the real world, former coworkers, old classmates, even his mailman. All drifting with glazed eyes, their fingers twitching midair as if still scrolling, though no devices were in their hands. They moved in slow spirals, some whispering old comments like mantras. This is fire. Who's still watching in 2023? OMG, I relate so hard, Elias screamed. No one heard him. Time passed, or maybe it didn't. There was no clock, no hunger, no need, just endless engagement. Eventually, he stopped screaming. Eventually, he began to scroll. In the real world, his apartment stayed quiet. The light from his phone still glowed on the desk, never dimming. The screen showed an image of Elias sitting perfectly still, eyes open but unfocused. He looked at peace. People said he was just another burnout, another tech casualty. They were half right. Elias still lives, in the scroll feed. His soul reduced to algorithms, his thoughts drowned in a sea of content. He's become part of the feed itself, a flicker in the algorithm. And the app? It still installs itself. To people who scroll just a little too long, who forget to blink, who let the real world fade. You might even have it right now. Check your phone. See if the icon's there. And if it is, don't open it.